Hello, friends, and welcome back to r/IDontWorkHereLady. Today I've picked up some excellent news stories of varying degrees of adequacy, and the first of them, question at the bra store. I was looking for this velvet bralette, but I couldn't find the bottoms to match, and then decided that I'd buy myself something cuter since I've never gotten an actual lingerie set. I was holding up a black lacy number to judge it, and at this point, I was nervous since I'm a young adult and I still look like a high school student, and I was hoping people weren't looking at me. I heard a soft voice say, "Excuse me, can you help me?" I look to my left and I see a middle-aged lady. She wasn't being rude to me or anything, and I wasn't in a hurry, so I said, okay, and asked her what she needed help with. "I need a bra, just like the one I'm wearing." "Oh, which bra is that?" I asked. "The one I have on right now," she told me, while pointing at her chest as if I had X-ray vision and could see through the muumuu she was wearing. "It has like padding in it," she added. "Do you know which one I'm talking about?" I said, lingerie still in my hand, while scanning the store for an employee. I locked eyes with an employee, and she came over to help. The lady started to say, "We're all set. This nice girl's helping me find..." before she stopped herself and accepted the offer. She pointed at her B again and asked the worker the same question she'd asked me earlier. I walked away to look at something else. I didn't think much of it until checkout, when I realized all the employees were wearing all black, and so was I. I saw the lady waiting in line and asked if she found her bra. Her face got a little red, but she said yes. Karen was supposed to say, "Look, look, with your special eyes." And our second story of the day. I'm not the automated system lady. I was working at a small community bank when I answered a particularly confusing and frustrating phone call. Me. Small community bank, this is They Might Be Trolls. Phone beeps. Me. Hello? Phone. Beep. Click. I hang up the phone, but about 15 seconds later it rings again, and the caller ID shows it's the same caller. Me. Small community bank, this is They Might Be Trolls. Phone. Beep. Hello, this is Small Community Bank. The phone beeps a few more times before an annoyed, middle-aged sounding lady starts talking on the other end. Lady. Where's the automated system? Me. We don't have an automated system. Is there something I can help you with? Lady. This is the number I've always called for large bank. Me. This is Small Community Bank. We've been at this number since the 80s. Do you have an account with us? Lady. No, this is the number for the automated system I use to check my account. This is the number I've been calling for years. Me. Did you maybe dial the number incorrectly? This is 555-867-5309. Lady. So what you're saying is all my money's gone? I wasn't quite sure how to respond. I don't know how she could possibly have gotten that conclusion so quickly. Me. No, I'm just saying you need to call your bank. Lady. I did. This is the automated system I always call. Me. What's the number you usually call for their automated system? Lady. That's just great. You know, I need this money to pay my bills. It can't just be gone. Me. I'm sure it isn't gone. You just need to call your bank. Lady. This is my bank. And now all of a sudden you're pretending like it isn't. Me. Do you have an account with Small Community Bank? Lady. This isn't whatever community bank. You are large bank and you're lying to me. I'm going to get a lawyer and call the judge, and then you'll wish you'd given me my money. Me. I can help you if you have an account with us. Do you have an account number? Lady. I can't believe all my money's gone, just like that. You're not going to get away with this. I'm going to get the judge to shut you down and sue the manager and the accountants, and especially you. Your ass is my grass. It's a weird feeling trying to stifle giggling and an angry outburst simultaneously. Me. Okay, you should probably call Large Bank and just talk to them. Lady. No, I'm calling the judge, okay? Me. Okay, but... Lady. You'll be sorry, I'm calling my lawyer. Click, and she hangs up. My coworker was listening to my confused responses and asked me what happened. I said, this lady says we're supposed to be the automated system for large bank chain, and that she's calling a lawyer, and that my ass is grass, whatever that means. The phone rings again. Caller ID says it's the same person. At the same time, I receive an unrelated call on my private extension, so my coworker answers the call from this crazy lady. After our calls were over, I asked her how it went. Coworker. I told her to call her bank and she said that she would. Me. I told her the same damn thing. Coworker. I know, I heard you. But this lady, she told me she didn't believe you because she just doesn't trust anything a man says. Someone might ask, do you think she called the judge anyway? I'm going to guess no. She probably called a completely unrelated number and yelled at them and told them they were lying. And our next story. Detention? Sure. Good luck with that. This happened 20 years ago. My memory was jogged by one of the top posts, but it's a very loose fit, so I hope it's okay. For context, I was 15, I just moved to the other side of the country and was living with my sister. She was 20. She was made my legal guardian to help me enroll in school, which is what we were doing that day. We'd actually been to this school a couple of times thanks to some issues, and had even met the villain of our story, the principal. We remembered him from before because, well, I'll just get on with the story. You'll figure it out. P will be principal, S will be sister. I won't have any lines because I was just a shy teenager. P rolled up in a golf cart. Picture an angry mid-40s dude in a light denim dress shirt / khakis and a belt. The former two woefully inadequate to contain the guy's substantial gut. His appearance not exactly commanding respect. The first couple of sentences he screamed as he zoomed up to us. P, you can't park there. This is office parking. Faculty and parents only. Student parking across the street. You can't park here. Move your car. Violations get detention. Repeat violations get suspensions. Move your vehicle. For the record, we'd just pulled in. The spot had been marked guest. We hadn't even gotten out of the car yet. The only reason we could even hear his ranting was because our windows were down, because it was summer. Like mid-August, school's not even in session summer. The lot was nearly empty since the only people who needed to be there were some office staff and the occasional parent or guardian trying to iron out details before school begins. And this massive tool of a principal, apparently, I'm sure his vehicle was there. Judging by his personality, I'm sure it was the lily white late model lifted pickup, double parked, backed in. P, move your vehicle or you'll be receiving detention, young lady. This is just as we've gotten out of the car. S, I'm not a student, I'm a guardian. P, don't give me that. What's your name, young lady? S, sister's name. I'm not a student. P, writing name down. Tell your parents you'll be late after school because you, young lady, have detention. S, I'm not a student, I'm a guardian. P, sure, I've heard that before. Keep talking, young lady. I never forget a face. At this point, she laughed and we both walked away. He kept yelling but didn't follow us. Instead, he walked around the car writing down details on his little ticket / notepad. We were only there about 10 minutes, but he was thankfully gone when we returned. But he left his memento, a detention slip under the wiper blade. What a tool, right? Nothing ever came of any of it, but for those seeking justice, I do have some details from my year at the school that may prove satisfying. I've never met a more useless man. He was the human equivalent of a cloud of farts, unpleasant and embarrassing to run into, but ultimately harmless. Announcements about parking rules came over the loudspeaker on a daily basis. He apparently made it his personal crusade, but the system regulated itself for the most part. I'd feel sorry for him if he weren't such a jerk about it. As is, I'm just glad to have a personalized anecdote of his incompetence. I never forget a face, he said, unknowingly to a face he had met before. And our fourth story. She was 70 plus. I checked her gas cap, but it didn't turn off the check engine light. I must have a face for radio, or at least one that lends itself to working blue-collar jobs, because when I stumbled across this sub, I knew I was home, as these things seem to happen to me all too often. This one is our family favorite. It's 100% true and 100% my own experience. Background. I work in the assisted living field and have a soft spot for older adults. I had scheduled an oil change for 7:30 in the morning at the local car dealership, and my wife was going to pick me up. I stopped asking my mom for rides after junior high. I finished checking the car in and decided it was a nice day, so I'd wait outside. Up rolls what looks like a nicely appointed Buick and an even more nicely appointed and pleasant septuagenarian. At least from what I could see from the steering wheel and fingers. She gives us a friendly honk and slowly starts getting out of the car while waving. I don't know how everyone over 70 has mastered this skill, but their ability to wave hello, come here, or go away while struggling to maintain both balance and a checkbook amazes me. It must be core AARP curriculum taught by Betty White, similar to the founding retiree opus in combating diabetes with oatmeal by Wilford Brimley. Brimley, Reader's Digest, issue number 275, large font. She tells me that her check engine light is on and that it's been on for 2 weeks now and won't go off, even when she slams the door. I don't judge. I used to blow into Nintendo cartridges. Now, oblivious to me, this lady thinks I work here, and obvious to you, you'll notice my love for Golden Girls, dinners at 4:30, and hard candy and loud wrappers in glass bowls. So obviously, I had to help. Let's see, ma'am. The man was showboating at this point. Does your gas cap have to be popped open from inside? Why, yes it does. I think she discovered a potential new door slamming-like technique, and I'm tempted to blow into said door, but I resist. Let's pop it. I'll tighten the gas cap. Sometimes if you don't turn those things, it can cause a check engine light. We tried. I asked her to start her car and tell me what she saw. Light's still on, Mac. I've been called a lot of things. Mac is new, but the camaraderie was endearing to say the least. Have you checked your tire pressure? Do you have a gauge in your glove box? I already knew the answer, as I told you before. This Buick was well appointed. I then proceeded to dutifully check tire pressure. Well, that's not good. All good there. Let's have you pop the hood, then come around front with me. She pops open the hood. I open it. She turns off the car, gets out, comes around front. At the same time, I see and hear two other things. Number one, the service doors open and the shop tech comes our way. And number two, my wife pulls up in the minivan. Hashtag my wife is the best looking minivan driver ever. The wife and I make eye contact and she shoots me that look that says, I know you're up to something, but you haven't been caught yet. Similar to the, you taught the boys about pull my finger. And there we end up. Goddess of carpool, slayer of sack lunches, parked 4 feet away from me. Carol, names have been changed to protect Barbara, who's an active Redditor, and now a very confused-looking shop tech, all staring under the hood of, again I must say, you knew this was coming, a beautifully well-appointed Buick. I turn to her and say, well, honestly, this is what I've seen him do in the movies. I have no idea what I'm looking at under here. I'm pretty sure that this thing here is an engine, but let's get somebody who works here to see if they can tell us what they think. There's only one thing better than the look on her face as it transitioned from confusion to frustration to realization to getting the joke and us all beginning to have seizures of laughter together. That'd be the shop tech seeing my face again when, and this is no joke, he saw me look at him closely to see a man who looked like my eerily similar, slightly more rounded doppelganger who, wait for it, has a Mac name tag patched on his shirt. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video to the end, and I'll see you in the next one.